Hello, uh, this is Jonathan Mithran, founder of Flow with Purpose. Welcome. Today, I want to talk about something that really bubbled up this morning. And as a result of a few conversations I've been having with different people in my constellation, times are feeling uncertain. The AI evolution, or should I say mutation, is juggernauting ahead, and many are in doubt and panic. Things like job uncertainty is growing with all these messages about um, AI replacing humans. Naturally, companies are focused on profitability. That's what they've been taught to focus. They need to stay ahead of the competition. And it appears that the most common approach is, hey, let's just replace whatever we can that a human does with AI. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? How far is it going to go? I'm not going to talk about that. I have some ideas, some awareness, but that's not what this is about. Um, and how are people kind of responding to this space? So recently, um, few people that I just had different conversations with were bringing up this topic of, oh, we're going to get replaced. Companies are uh, uh, announcing, okay, there's some articles that have popped out in different journals with companies announcing the next round of layoffs, and we've seen like many things happening. And um, people ask me, what is your thought? How do you see this? As someone who's worked in the corporate space for 25, around 25 years, how do you see this? Before I get into that, I just want to talk a little bit about how some people are responding. So many people, not most, many people are in panic, frustration, doubt, and fear. And most of them, many people are asking. This was 2 days back. A friend of mine ran into him, and he was like, "Well, the job's going to go. I don't know what to do. This not knowing, like, what do I do next now?" Right? So there's almost a state of paralysis. So others are taking a route where they are kind of, I should say, trying to fight for their rights, right? Pushing for ways to slow down this entire kind of process on the impact of AI on job security, maybe with via legislation or other means. And maybe others are perhaps looking at ways, okay, maybe what's the skill that's going to be required? How can I upskill myself? Um, and to live and fight another day, that we have that human spirit to survive, so we're going to find a way. So that's some approach that some people are taking, but I think most, or should say many, seem just paralyzed, and in a way kind of maybe a segment of people are hoping and praying that the state will take care of us, maybe through the universal basic income or the UBI, and those kind of concepts. um, so when people ask me this question, like, what do you think? How are you dealing with this? Aren't you scared or panicking? And I basically told them something that I did about 3 years ago, and then recently revised a year ago. And I thought about this. I thought about, um, you know, the locus of control, and something that I do with in my coaching practice with people who I work with in the coaching space is this fun exercise of drawing two circles. So you draw a really big circle, and then you draw a smaller circle inside that big circle. And in the big circle, you put everything, you just start writing down everything that's not in your control. You don't control it. The weather, what your boss thinks about you, uh, how your wife feels this morning, what your kid is going to do in the next second. You don't know. You can't control it. And then in your in the smaller circle, things, what do you control? What's in your control? And the fascinating thing that, I've done this exercise with a number of people, and what emerges constantly, and I'll talk especially about the wisdom that comes from it. There are some people who kind of feel they can control many things, but as we go deeper into the coaching, they realize, hang on a second, I actually don't have that much control as as I thought I did. But most people, like uh, the wiser, what should I say, insights that come out is that actually the only thing we can control, I'm going to caveat that, but the only thing we can control is our response to a given situation. I can't remember who the economist was, but um, I think it was an economist or an investor who, and I think Warren Buffett is famous for this as well, says, When the facts change, I should too," right? Not holding on to like old school things, old school thoughts when the facts change. Fact, AI is here. Fact, your employer can end their relationship with you. They have every right to end the relationship with you, just like you have, fact, the ability to end your relationship with them. You can say, "Thank you, I'm done. I'm moving to a new relationship with a different employer." Totally fine, totally acceptable. These are facts. But how do we deal with the facts? And now that the facts are changing, that earlier AI was not there, today AI is there. Um, the only thing that's in our control is the way we respond, our perception of what we're dealing with, and um, perhaps the willingness. I would say actually more than even the perception of a given situation. It's the willingness to change. I think that's the biggest thing in our control. The willingness to change, the flexibility. Oh, yeah, situation has changed. Now I need to adjust. That is the thing in our control. I think that's where we face the most resistance, perhaps. And of course, maybe I'll make a separate video on the whole illusion of control. A lot of us want to be in control, but it's a complete illusion. I will make a separate video on that. So, mental note to me and to the audience to do this. So, AI is here to stay. And my advice to people in these times, right, is basically, why waste energy and bandwidth on fretting about what you cannot control? Excuse me. It's like willing, it's like willing the clouds on a rainy day to part and offer you a summer sunshine, right? So that's bizarre as it sounds, but that's what we are willing, we are hoping this is going to happen, and that's how control is. Okay, but anyway, that's for a separate video. But again, maybe your manifestation approaches are way more fantastic than mine. Separate plug, there's a manifestation video I've made. It's very different. Check it out in my channel on inverting manifestation. So rather than spending all this energy getting frustrated and worried and concerned, why not turn that energy, or you redeploy that energy on yourself? And one way I did that is to plot options. Um, you know, yes, I'm reading off my notes. Some people say you should read off your notes. It looks kind of like you're reading. Yeah, but I have my notes. I made the notes because this is what I wrote. And it helps you to kind of keep the thought flow. So, rather than going, oh my God, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, why not take the approach of beginning with the end in sight and saying, one day this could be an eventuality. This could be an outcome that I no longer, that my employer comes to me and says, thank you very much, Jonathan. It's been a fun ride. We no longer require services. Relationship is over. That day could come. What what if I think about options? Should that day arrive, what would I do? What am I going to do in practical ways? Plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. This is a way better way to deploy our energy and our marvelous mind and being that we are. And something my dad used to always do to people and to me growing up was, I present a problem, I present my solution to the problem, and he's like, great, that's plan A. What's plan B? I said, what do you mean? Well, if plan A doesn't work, what's plan B? What's the alternative? I was like, yeah, okay, so go back, think, what's plan B? Then you come back, what's plan C? So he got us thinking in this way that, so I've kind of learned this approach to always have plan A, B, C. Um, and, fun fact, well, I should say, this is a truth, not even a fact. No plan. We do not know the outcome of any plan. There's no guarantees at all. You don't even know if you're going to wake up tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow. We don't know that for sure. So even as the best laid plans, uh, the great mystery is the one that knows, and the great mystery is the one that can help us. So, what I did is I mapped out these plans, and the plan could be different for different people. Perhaps, plan A is staying on the job. Plan B could be looking within the company for alternatives. Plan C could be looking outside. Plan D could be upskilling on certain skills and knowledge. And plan E could be, I don't know, become an entrepreneur in a particular space. As you can see, there's multiple things and ways to go, and can be dramatic, like relocating to a location with a lower cost of living. I don't know. You know what your life is. Bottom line, there are options, but we rather than spending time fretting about this one option that I have, taking a step back and looking at the abundance of options that you can generate and create and come out of you. But then, of course, once I map those options, like I said earlier, the plan, we don't know what the plan is. So I surrender that plan to the great mystery and go, well, here's the plan. I did the discipline of making the plan. Now I'm surrendering this to you. And what this does, and I don't know about the psychological and scientific bents on this, but what this does, it lowers the stress levels in you and kind of calms you down and puts you in this place of, hey, it's gonna be okay. I have some semblance of a route that I could take, or simultaneous routes I could explore should this eventuality happen, right? Again, it could happen. It may never happen. You may never have to deploy any of those plans. You don't know, I don't know. But this puts you in a much better position of saying, yeah, okay, so tomorrow my employer may say, I don't think this is working out. And we say, okay, that's fine. Is that so? Um, and you can then deploy your other plans. Or if you're even smarter, start working on those plans simultaneously, even now, right? Why wait? Um, and yeah, uh, what I'd like to say at this point, right, is that beyond this, there is an even deeper truth. The deeper truth is you are so much more than your job. So much more. These jobs, these titles, they're all labels that are given to us. We're playing a role in the grand scheme of things. Um, but the next time, oh, think about this game, right? The next time someone asks you, who are you? What do you do? try to answer them without saying anything about your job, your title, your position, nothing, which company you work for. Try to talk to them with this line without withholding all that information back and see what happens. And it used to be challenging for me, but now it's gotten quite different after I kind of rediscovered myself. And I personally, when I think about I see AI, the emergence of AI as this gift. In India, they call it a boon. It's a boon to humanity. If AI is artificial, then human is real. The human being is real. And but what is the reality of being human? It is definitely more than our jobs. It is definitely more than the societal, I know, norms that we've been asked to or force-fed, defaulted into, right? And one can only pick up the deeper, truer reality of humanity, of our humanity, of each one's humanity, when you begin to ask the questions like, who am I? Or my more favorite version is, what am I? What am I? Why was I born? Why was I born into this lifetime, this era, this 80-year, this particular decade? And was I just born to be enslaved to a job that can be taken away tomorrow? The relationship that can end and then I'm kind of high and dry? Is that all it is about? Um, is it just security building? Is it just those kind of things? And there are answers to these questions, but those answers are not found outside. Those answers are found within yourself because the truth is that you have a original, unique soul level purpose that you were born into this lifetime to fulfill. And nothing else, whatever you try, how much ever money you make, how many ever friends you have, however popular, nothing will ever can fill that void. That you go to bed or you wake up and go, that is something is missing, something is profoundly missing. Um, so if you're curious about exploring this, why not join one of my free sessions? Introduction to Purpose Discovery, and there's a few other sessions coming up. I'm putting the link below to my website. You can go check it out and see if there's anything that's interesting to you in this space, right? Um, well, I hope, I trust this was useful because it really came out of my being, emerged out of my being this morning. So I really hope I really hope and pray and trust that this is useful and beneficial to you. And yeah, my mission is really to see a world where each and every human is more and more aware of their purpose, actually more and more aware of themselves, excuse me, and through that, their purpose, and live that purpose in this lifetime. And my mission is to spread the word. I mean, to tell people, hey, you got a unique purpose, and there's a way to reconnect with it. There's a way to rediscover it. And I have some practices, some tools, some um, ways to do that. And that's my mission to help more and more people discover and embody and gift their unique purpose to this world. Thank you. Have a fantastic day. And yeah, stay tuned for more stuff. Bye bye.